All right, happy Monday. Okay, so tonight I'm gonna give you guys a little more red, a little yes, less, not yes, less, a little yet let I can't. Okay, LESS, yellow is what I'm trying to say. I'm getting tongue tied. And we're gonna go into this talking about how nobody owes you any support. Okay, I know that's really harsh, but it's the truth. So I feel like a lot of times, especially lately, I'm hearing from so many people just a bunch of whining, if I can be frank and be honest. Like, nobody wants to hook up a host to post for me. Nobody's signing up as a customer for me. I can't get a distributor. I can't finish a perks member bonus. I sent all these messages. I'm getting in Facebook jail. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. And at the end of the day, you guys, we have to remember nobody owes you a dang thing. Okay. So I'm going to go into this by giving you some tips on how not to be pissy about your business anymore. And let's fix this mentality while we're at the beginning of the month so that you guys can then go and end the month strong. Okay. So, tip number one is to not be looking externally for what you need internally. Okay. If you don't understand what I mean by that, it means, are you giving yourself the encouragement that you're looking for in other people? You're looking for a girl, you're looking for a quick yes, you're looking for all of these things, but are you pouring that positivity that you're expecting other people out of other people? Are you pouring that into yourself? Are you starting your day every single day by doing some form of personal development? Put a yes in the comments if you do personal development. Let's see who's actually doing it every single day. I'm talking at least Monday through Friday. Are you personally developing yourself? All right, I see a yes. What are you doing for personal development? That's a better question. What are you doing right now? What'd you do today for personal development? I listened to today a podcast I really like. Let me find her name. She's the girl that spoke at conference. Can't remember her name, but let me pull my podcast up and I can tell you. Jasmine Star. I really liked listening to her. Read a Little. Is the book called A Little? If not, what's the book title? Started Breathing Worthy. I want to read that so bad. It's on my list. I love it. Winner's Circle is a good one. I hate whenever this thing doesn't let me go up. All right. All right, Haley, I will wait for you to put your book title in there. So if you're not doing personal development, that is your first problem. You're expecting all these people to fill your cup by giving you these quick wins, these quick yeses. You're expecting so much from external sources whenever you should be starting your day, first of all, pouring into yourself. If you would get your mind right, it would flow through and bleed through every other area of your business, and then you would get those yeses. Because if you're not starting with personal development and you are going into work with that mindset of like, I don't know, it's like a desperate mentality, and people can sense it. But if you will get your mind right and stop working out of desperation and start just going into your work with a positive mindset, everyone tells me yes. If they say no, it's fine. You just got to learn to let it roll off your back and start letting it agitate you in your business. You would be doing so, so much better. Okay, Haley said 5-second rule. That's a good book. Okay, so next thing is, other than personal development, and you guys, we have a list full of podcasts, books, you name it, that people have put together for personal development. I think Ashley made the little template that I send you guys, and it has all kinds of them on there. You can literally just go to Spotify and search different podcasts if you have to listen. You can listen to the books on Audible if you need to. But that is so stinking important. If you're not getting this up here right, it's bleeding through and it's seeping through. And I have never known a single person to come into this business that did not need personal development, because we are not all just positive Nancy's that have a full cup 24/7, okay? Unless we're doing some type of drug that's just making you happy all the time. But I don't think that's any of us. So therefore, we need some personal development. Okay. So next thing is, are you following the right people? Are you surrounding yourself with people who are going where you want to be? Who do you surround yourself with? Every single day, who is the top 5 people that you talk to?
Who are the top 5 people that I talk to?
Yeah, who's the top 5 people you surround yourself with every day? And in business, are you following, or is one of those 5 people, at least one, are they someone who is either where you want to be, mostly team and hubby? There you go. Are they somebody that's where you want to be, or are they somebody that's on the same path to where you're going? And if the answer is yes, is that person someone who's being a oh gosh, I just read this book not too long ago, Energy Bus. It's called a energy vampire. That's what it's called. Is it somebody that's like an energy vampire where they're like sucking the life out of you? Or is it somebody that's literally they're positive, they're uplifting, you guys hold each other accountable, you love on one another because you guys, your circle matters. It matters so much. And you wouldn't have to seek outside, like outside of this business type of like that a girl stuff if you have that in a sideline. If you surrounded yourself with team, like showing up on these Zooms to get poured into, but then going and finding that sideline sister that you can check in with and say, hey, this is what I've got going. What are you doing? And like feeding off of each other, but in a positive way. That's not like it's not like a thing to get in there and have an accountability partner where you like bitch and whine to each other all the time because you're not getting stuff up. It's where you hold each other accountable and you pour into each other. So you need that type of person, whether it's team, sideline, it doesn't matter. We have a host to post chat that is great for that, holding yourself accountable. Ashlyn shares it every single month, and I don't think that everybody gets in it. Like, I don't think half of the Diamond Tribe chat's in it, and that's sad. That's so stinking sad. How are you gonna gripe and whine because your business isn't successful, but you're not even doing the stuff to make it successful? I mean, if you want accountability, it's there. She puts it in there every single month and says, hey, I love you guys. I want to help hold y'all accountable and y'all hold me accountable. And she literally reaches her hand out and hardly anybody grabs a fingertip. Poor girl. Hardly anybody's grabbing onto that lifeline. She's literally feeding y'all. And so are you accepting help whenever it comes to you? Or are you just sitting there and wallowing in the pity of, woe is me, my business isn't working, I can't get the promotion, I can't get this, I can't get that? Are you holding yourself accountable? Have you looked in the mirror? Because a lot of the problem is usually that you haven't taken a good look in the mirror. If you've been in this business for a while, or you've, kind of in and out on your business, that's probably a you problem if it's not taking off. You can't always put your foot on the pedal and then let off and expect to come back and things be different. You have to make a change. And so you have to pour into yourself. You have to get around the right people. You have to surround yourself with positivity. If y'all aren't in the Done Zoom or the Done page, she shares tips and stuff in there all the time. There's leaders that go live in there and they pour into you. You could find a sideline in there. There's also the the regional pages. Let me say that. So there's different ones. We have Lanisa, there's Lori. You can get on Road to VIP and get some like Monday motivation is really good to pour into you. But you can go in those pages. They do Zooms. Whenever I was feeling that I needed an accountability partner in my business, I got on Central Region. I reached out to Lori. She connected me with a group of girls, and in that group of girls, I found somebody that I really hit it off with, and for a while, it helped my business. Now I'm on the hunt again. I'm like, who's gonna be my accountability partner? I need somebody else that's like diamond going double. But anyway, so what are you doing to help like make sure that you have that person? And it can't always be your upline either. You can't always depend on your upline to do everything for you. And if that's another thing I was gonna tell you all on here today, if you're not checking in with your upline daily though, that's another problem. Why are you not checking in? She's not your lifeboat, but you have to let her help you. And she can't help you if you're not talking to her. Okay, so I'm reading notes if y'all can't tell. I'm trying to stay on track. The other thing I had written down that I was going to tell you guys is you have to make sure that you're also bringing value when you're in those situations. So you can't just come and you can't be the energy vampire, just like you don't want that person or people to be your energy vampire. So you have to make sure that you're bringing value. And ways that you can do that is if you have a post that's working, if you want the team to be your support system, which is what we're here for and we want to do for you, then you need to make sure that you're giving back to us just as we give to you. So if you have a post that works for you, share it in the chat. You got a message that's working for you, share it in the chat. If you have something on your heart that you want to share, oh, I want our team page. We don't care. Like, we want to hear from you guys. So you got to make sure that you're giving back what you're getting. Okay. And then make sure that you understand that support is earned. Do what you'll say you'll do. So if you reach out for accountability, or if you say to your upline, I'm going to do this, and listen, I'm a little guilty. I'm a little guilty. If you tell your upline, I'm going to do this, and then you don't, you haven't even earned that support. You haven't earned her to continue to pour in and you know, all the things. I mean, she's going to, because she's your upline. I say she because everybody has a good upline on this team because our team's amazing. But anyway, so we're still gonna pour into you and we're still gonna love you, but you've got to earn that. You've got to earn that support. If you say you're gonna do something, if you say I'm gonna go get a builder bonus, then by gosh, go get a stinking builder bonus. And especially if you're gonna reach out and have an accountability partner, you can't constantly make a goal and not meet it, or they're not going to want to be your accountability partner. Just a heads up. Okay. If you say I'm going to get my 5 host posts up and you don't get your 5 host posts up, if the other girl does, then she's going to be like, you're slacking. I need to find somebody else. So you got to make sure that you give what you get. The ones to help you go to the next level, that was another note I wrote down, is that if you're feeling bad about your business right now and where it's at, just know that the ones that are going to help you may not even be here yet. The ones that are gonna help you go Ruby, or the people that are gonna help take you to Emerald or Diamond or whatever, they may not be here yet. So if you're somebody that looks at your chart and you're like, these people aren't even working, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, they're not doing much. They don't answer me. They joined and they quit 2 days later, whatever the case may be. That is normal. Okay, happens to the best of us. I think out of all the DTs I signed, I'm off the top of my head, I think 3 of them are actually still working. The other half either don't text me back or they done fell off the side of the earth. I don't know what's done happened to them. They done went to Mars or something. So that's normal though, you guys. Totally normal. It happens to every single one of us. But that doesn't mean that you stop working. It doesn't mean that you get into self-pity mode. It just means that you need to make the decision that your goals and what you want for your family is worth more to you than that person not working, or this person's opinion, you know, Aunt Sally's opinion that you're now selling these crazy gummies on Facebook and she thinks that they're gonna, I don't know, make her poop her pants for 2 days. So she ain't gonna take them and she's gonna blast it all over Facebook. I don't know, the crazy stuff that people come up with. But anyway, you've got to decide that your goal and what you want for your life, for your family, for your finances is worth more to you than the mentality that you have up here. So you're going to change it. You're going to take 10 minutes out of your day, minimum, to change your mindset in the morning. And then you're going to go into work your business with a positive mindset. Because like I said, I don't know what kind of magic it is, but it flows through your messages if you're going in with a bad mentality. So you're going to change your mindset and then you're going to go to work and you're going to make the decision that it doesn't matter if Amy and Stacy and Tina ain't working on my Ruby chart. I'm going to go Ruby anyway. I'm going to go Ruby despite that. And whenever you feel like letting up on the gas because you're like, I can't do this anymore. I've got, Maybe you go in this week and you get 5 posts to post up every single day this week, and it's the first time you've done it in forever. And you're like, wow, I got 5 haps up and I didn't get my 4 PMs for my bonus. You're like, I'm gonna let the foot off the gas because it didn't really work out. So why am I even doing that? That's whenever you need to lean in more. That's whenever you need to say, you need to be like, I made the decision that I'm going Ruby, and yeah, this sucks. It sucks bad. But that's when you need to lean in, and you need to put, instead of letting off, if you feel like you need to let off, just know that that's the time to go all in and continue to get your host post up. Continue to post on Facebook, even if you're not getting comments. Continue to send the messages, even if nobody's responding, because that means that you're right on the edge of a harvest. You're planting, and it's okay to plant. We all have to plant before you reap a harvest. And I think that that's what happens too a lot of times, is that you're in a planning season and you don't see results immediately. And so you're like, I'm going to let the foot off the pedal. And then your potentials, for the people that's out there for you, they join somebody else because you let the foot off the pedal. And then you end up quitting, and then your company didn't work, this didn't work, sad face, and it was all your fault. Okay? So I love you guys, but we can't do, Lord, I'm gonna cuss again, and bitching, moaning, and groaning. We can't be doing it. Okay? If you want to rank up, if you want to make a better paycheck for your family, you have to get over yourself. Who cares if you sent 25 messages and didn't get a response? Who cares if you have to, I don't know, go live in order to get a response and you don't like showing your face on camera? You've got to say that I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And it's going to be, I will be honest with you, that's the way it was for me. It's going to be more work in the beginning to get that momentum going, but that doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever. You may, for a short time, have to do more work to get your momentum going, and then you will get to where you can only have to send out 30 hap messages and you get 5 haps up. But in the beginning, you may have to send out 100, 150 messages just to get 5. So it may be more work in the beginning to get your momentum going, but you have to be willing to do what it takes to get where you want to go. Okay. All right. That was all I wanted to share with you guys. That's my preaching. That's my pedestal. I love you guys. I want to see y'all win. My golly molly, the complaining is at an all-time high, and it's driving me nuts. So it had to be said. It had to be said that it is your business. You are in control of your business. And if you want stuff to change, then you need to shit or get off the pot. Period. You need to go get host post up. You need to do your follow-ups. It is so simple what we do in this business. We post on stories. We post on our wall. We get 5 haps up minimum. We do follow-ups. You can do warm messages if you want to do warm messages. Some people don't like doing them. That's fine. You do content if you want to make your reels and your TikToks. It takes 2 seconds, honestly. I don't know why we don't. And then, am I forgetting something? I don't even know. I think I already said follow-up, but that's like it. That's like 6 things that I can think of. Interacting, you interact. You tell people happy birthday. That takes 2 seconds to do. Like, it's not rocket science. It's not hard work. You just have to get over yourself and get out of your own way mentally. You have to mentally stop saying, I don't have time. Yes, you do. You have the same exact 24 hours in your day that God gave me and mine. You have the same exact time. You have from 12 to 12, 12. You got 24 hours. I was saying 12 to 12, but that's midnight to lunch, and the day ain't over by then. So you got plenty of time, though. You got 24 hours to do whatever you need to do. And once again, to the short-term sacrifice. If you have to get up at 5, you have to get up at 5, homegirl. If you're not a morning person, same, sister. Me neither. I don't like getting up early. But I have to get up early, because if I don't get my first shift done. Because I got a million kids, it feels like, and 1,000,001 things to do that comes with having 1,000,000 kids. So I got to get up early to do that first shift. And then, depending on how the night ends, I might have to stay up later. I don't like staying up late if I'm going to get up early. That is, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet to make it work. And you got to choose your hard. Is this harder for you? Truly, is this harder for you than going and getting a 9 to 5? Because it ain't me. It ain't me. Couldn't be. I could not have a boss after this, because they don't tell me what to do. That's why I had 12 different jobs, because they was getting on my nerves, trying to boss me around when I'm grown. Period. It's getting on my nerves, trying to tell me I couldn't go to doctor's appointments for my kids when I can, because I live in America. So I ask off, they should give me off. Not my problem. I'd go find another job then. Okay. This is so much easier for me than having to deal with all the shenanigans of a 9 to 5. Okay. It takes a maximum of 3 hours. Maximum of 3 hours. And that's something else. Are you posting about your business? Like, are you literally like showing your life? That's a huge disconnect on so many people's pages. I don't see nothing about nobody's life. What are you doing? How's this business fit into your page? I don't want to see, and just like your viewers don't want to see generic posts that you didn't even make in your stories. It takes 2 seconds to add to stories. Like, you could literally take a picture of your kids playing, and that's showing life. That's showing who you are. But if I look at your story and it has just one little generic thing that's made on Telegram, and I'm using that word generic when I just got so mad at somebody else for saying it, so I take backsies. They're cute, but I'm saying, like, those pre-made posts, if that's all that's on your stories ever, you've got to start showing yourself, because people don't want to join It Works. So I encourage you all to take time tonight to do some self-reflection, some self-evaluation, and say, would I join me? First of all, would you join you? Would you join you, Joni? Let's just be real in the comments. Would you join you? Everybody, would you join yourself? If you looked at your page, you can literally go to Facebook and you can go into view as mode and look at your thing. Do you look like you're selling somebody something, or do you look like you're yourself? Would you join yourself? I join myself all day long. I'm pretty freaking cool. I share my life all day long. I'm real. I can tell that I'm a real person. I'm not robotic. I have a good like fluctuation of myself and business. I make connections with the people on my Facebook with things other than It Works, because I want to be a person and have a relationship with my friends on my friends list. For the most part, it's not an answer. Would you join you? If you've seen your Facebook, would you be like, oh yeah, I joined that girl? What attracted you whenever you joined me? What was that attraction? And that's what you've got to duplicate. Girl, Diane, don't be looking, you was attracted to me, girl. Anyway, so I got that aside and I was like, girl. Ashlyn attracted me to her through a post. So what do I need to do? If that attracted me to her, then I need to post more about the business on my page. That's what caught my eye. So what caught your eye? I've had so many people tell me that they joined me because of stories. So I utilize stories for that reason, because I like to, if that's what people catch, is that you, Joni? Stories. See? So many people tell me that. They just watch my stories every day. They felt a connection to me and they joined. But I don't just post spam all over my stories. I post my life. So duplicate what your leaders are doing. If I attracted you through stories, what do I do in my stories? Every day, I post about my life. I talk in my stories. I'm myself. So are you doing the same? That's what you should ask yourself. Are you doing what somebody else attracted you for? Anyway, there was something else I was going to tell y'all, and it was in my head, and then I started talking about something else. Oh, showing the business. That's where I was going with that. I've been hearing a lot of leaders say lately, and that's been really sticking with me, to make sure that you aren't just showing highlight reels of the business, but show like the actual like work. Does that make sense? So like earlier, I sat there and talked about how I do 3 different shifts throughout the day. I've had people that have joined me even recently, and they were like, oh, I gotta work this in, different parts of the day. So that told me that I need to do a better job about showing that I work this business in shifts. I work in the morning, afternoon, and at night. I need to do a better job about putting that out there, because I don't want people to think that they join and it's just like 30 minutes and they make $1 million, because that's not it. So are you doing a good job about showing the background of your business? Take a boomerang of the Zooms. Take a boomerang of you working. When you're working, where you're working at, be like, we're office view or whatever for my second shift or something like that. So show more of the background parts of the business as well. When we go out, speaking of, don't forget Saturday is our dinner, and I'm gonna post the location If y'all got location ideas, y'all go ahead and drop them. Otherwise, I'm about to Google cute restaurants locally, see what I can find. That's what we're gonna do. But anyways, and I'll get it posted in the chat as soon as we get off of here. But when we go out for like local team things, y'all can do like videos of that and have content for the week, but you can also put it on your stories to show more about like what we do with the business and that we are a community, and that helps people as well. So anyway, that's that. Other than that, I just was going to share, if y'all didn't see it in the chat, that I have shut down the Diamond Tribe Lounge. We're not using the lounge right now. If we have a sale or something like that, I'll post in there so that those DTs that are already in there will see it, in case you don't get to them for follow-ups or whatever. But I'm not accepting any more invites into the lounge because it's not utilized. We can always go back and utilize it again at a later date once we have more people stepping up into more of a leadership role to where they can help like go live in there and share tips and stuff like that. So for now, it's on pause, and I've redone the conversation and boards so that it's taken out. But anyway, does anybody have questions or anything that they want to add? Hopefully I didn't hurt anyone's feelings. I said everything with love, but I feel like it's definitely something that needed to be heard. And sometimes you just have to have the tough love a little bit. And that's what I was hearing majority of. So I felt like that's what we really needed. Diana, was you about to say something? Oh, you set up. Ash, do you have anything you want to add? No? All right, you guys. I love y'all. Thank y'all for hopping on with me for a few minutes. Bye, guys.